us know. Oh, that always scares me. Michelle, if you want to let us know, let Tracy know, anything that we see in here that we need updated, we will get on that. All right, let's go over it and see where we are. YouTube, link, donate. Okay.
Yeah, I liked the other setup better because I could at least see it on the screen. On this, I can't see anything.
Uh-oh. You can't see what's on there now?
No, because the Zoom doesn't come in, like it freezes on my computer totally. So I have to just rely on the phone.
Okay.
Well, you can have your dashboard up for this type of webinar at least. Where that's all we're looking at is your dashboard. So, really, at this point, it just looks like you need to update progress pages and a few cases.
Okay.
With this,
and once you go in and click on the number, then it'll tell you the students that you need to update, or that your organization should update.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like there's some open requests, and then, with those, for each of these next steps, anything that's in red, we have instructions as far as, does it meet one of the criteria? And, you can go into the customer's progress page, make sure they have the different services, and then we have instructions for each of those. So it looks like there's just like 11 people who have open requests for IWDS services or credentials. And, it could just be that, it's a duplicate, or the date was off, like the start date wasn't exactly the same. And so whatever, if it's already in IWDS, if it already came through from IWDS as a service, you can just delete the existing one, the duplicate. Otherwise, we need to reach out to whoever's putting the information into IWDS to make sure that information gets in there.
Okay. I think that's Tracy in both cases, so I will let her know, and she can verify that it's correct.
Okay. Sounds good.
Do you have any other questions for us?
Not unless you want to send me more money, because I'm the financial person.
Don't we all? And just so you know, these grants are officially over in June. Like, that's the hard stop, last day. We can't extend it because the money actually dies.
No, I was good with that. I was getting scared it was over in December. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, so
I was very happy to hear that.
Yes, just so everyone knows, make sure I send out monthly budget reports, so make sure you're looking at those. If you, for any reason, literally, I cannot stress this enough, think you're going to have 1 cent over and that you can't spend it somewhere, please let us know ahead of time, because we do need to reallocate those funds, because after June, we can't do anything with it. So literally the first of the year, I'm going to become so annoying because I just want to make sure we're spending, and I don't want you guys to have the pressure to hurry up and spend in May and June and everybody's biting their nails. I want to make sure we have a clear plan and that we're good to go. So that's just my little spiel about that. Sorry.
No, I was very, very happy that it was June, and I appreciate that. I appreciate your feedback on that, because I was thinking December I was going to have a little bit of a problem because we got a little bit of a late start on that.
Yeah. So, okay.
Thank you very much for that.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
Email us anytime. The next group is BCS. So Amanda, let's look at what we got going. Amanda, where are you guys at in your grant? Are you re-engaging those that didn't finish their work experiences? I don't know why that keeps coming to my mind.
Yeah, so right now we're kind of just following up with everyone individually to either, get their exits processed and get them in follow-up services, or we're getting them re-engaged so that we can see about getting them re-employed. I think Eddie and I had briefly discussed maybe doing like a little reboot for a small group of kids after the new year. So I'll have to visit back around with him to see how that's going. But he kind of wanted to follow up with everyone to see where they were all at.
Okay. Yeah, just let us know. If you could just send us an email that says, hey, looks like we're going to re-engage or do a reboot of 5 students or 10, whatever it is. Just send us an email and then put Tammy on there and Natasha if you want as well. Just so we're staying in the loop and just making sure we're good to go.
Okay, very good.
Okay. All right, let's see where we are.
Just progress page, update case notes. That's it.
Okay.
Well, that's easy enough. And then recommended for enrollment, you have 54 youth, and I know your total is what, 48 off the top of my head?
47 is what you have as a enrolled.
But we've exited several people, so I think we did have 54 total, but we've exited a few.
Okay, perfect. So you guys are good to go. You're just doing the re-engagement for a couple folks.
Right.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Do you have any other questions for us?
No, we're just chugging along.
I can understand that. All right, our next up is OAI. Or Don, are you able to talk?
Yeah, I have some background noise. Hopefully that won't interfere. But, background noise on my end. Sorry about that.
So what stage are you guys in? I know you have all your students in. Are you kind of doing the exit part as well, or where are you guys at?
Yeah, we are. We have a tentative meeting with Eddie from BCS next week to formalize those exits, but we have 6 to 8 that look like they're ready to be exited. We continue to connect with the rest of the group to get them to that point also.
Okay.
And offer additional new job opportunities that come through the pipeline.
Awesome. All right, so let's see where you guys are.
Looks like there's just minor things, just like progress page, case notes, and then just looks like there's like 4 people that have some requests open for IWDS services. So looks like just a little bit of cleanup.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take care of that.
Awesome. All right. Our next group, or Don, did you have any other questions for us?
No, that's it. Thanks.
Okay. Courtney, thank you for joining us from Methodist. All right, our next is going to be Phalanx. Natasha, are you on?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong one.
I was like, wait, that didn't sound like
Natasha. Like, yeah, of course I'm on.
And so where are you guys at in your grant? What's going on? Uh-oh, did we lose her? Let's see. Natasha, did we lose you? Okay, call in if you can. We're going to go to the next.
Like you're just muted. I mean, I can unmute now. Can you speak? Or
Can you try it, Natasha? Or maybe you're talking and you're like, I am talking, ladies. All right, let's give you a second. Maybe log out and log back in, or call out and call back in. Let's go to Prairie State. So that's going to be Alexandra. Let's see. Alexandra, I don't know if you're on mute. Let's see if we can. Okay, Alexandra, I'm going to tell you to do the same thing, either unmute or log out or call out and then call back in. Let's go to Sabrina. Sabrina, are you on?
I'm on. Can you hear me?
Awesome. I can. Perfect. Loud and clear.
Sabrina is with which organization?
I'm sorry, Lewis and Clark Community College. So Sabrina, where are you guys at in this process? How's it looking for your grantees?
So I think it's looking good. We have 42 students that have been enrolled out of our 60. We are in orientation. We're in our 4 weeks of orientation right now. It looks like we will be enrolling hopefully 15 students, and then we will be doing another orientation in May. So we'll definitely be at our 60 before the end of the grant cycle.
Okay, and you're going to, you're saying you're going to do another orientation in May, but are they going to be completed with their training and stuff by June, or they're just? No,
I mean, we could potentially have all 18 this semester. They won't complete their training, but we have other funds that can, we can do their training with.
Okay. That was, my heart just dropped when you said May.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
We know. Yeah, we've got other funds through Youth Build and stuff like that to go ahead and cover those.
Okay. So we have one in December and then one in May. Awesome. And so the 42. Let me see where I have. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure. Yeah. Okay. So I had you guys for 43. So I need to adjust my number. Okay. And then just
hopefully that we're at 42 because I.
Okay. No problem. I'll just adjust mine. If you guys have any updates to your numbers, literally if one number has changed, please send me an updated Julio report.
Okay.
And just say, hey, we added this one. This is for all grantees. Guys, if anybody passed the test, anybody went on to school, went on to permanent employment, and if any of your numbers change, go ahead and send me that updated Julio report. Just use the last one that I sent you and just update your numbers there. That way we're not recreating it over and over again. And then just email it to us so we can make sure our report that we're reporting out to our management team is the same as Illinois WorkNet, and it's also the same as what you guys have.
Okay, and our currently enrolled class, they complete on Thursday, so tomorrow. So I will send out an updated report because I'll have all of the PACT credentials, CNA licenses, and GEDs that were passed this summer.
Awesome. That's exciting.
So, yeah, it is exciting to see our numbers change.
Yes.
Their numbers are right now look good. I mean, they have 42 as far as enrolled in, in the system. Just why you got the 43 is because one of those is as the inquirant status, but not applicant or registrant.
Right.
Got it.
Okay.
So your numbers match up with what's in WorkNet. So.
Okay, good.
So that person either needs to be that they decline services or not suitable.
Well, they're not even enrolled yet. They're still as an inquirant. So, so something probably needs.
Yeah, I'll find out. Most likely they started the process and then maybe they didn't finish, and I'm not sure why they didn't get.
Okay, awesome. And let's see what else. Oh, everything else is good, right?
Yep.
Hopefully, we spoke with both of our partners so that all the services in IWAD should be matched up now. So hopefully, and services were closed out that needed to be closed out.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. The next group is going to be Manufacturing Renaissance. So ISAP.
Good morning, Tara.
Hey, how are you?
I'm on the call. Good. How are you?
Good.
So we're doing good. We do need to update the Julio report for you. We were able to certify 2 more students last week. So we should have 11 certified for the new cohort. We just checking the dashboard. The students that are still enrolled, I just need to partner with Barbara and Jim from the state to help with just entering some TABE tests. For some reason, students who took a certain version of the TABE, it doesn't allow to put their scores in, so I just need some assistance with that. But as far as anybody having any additional last paperwork, everybody with the exception of one student has done all of their main paperwork, and we're just waiting on that last certification document from their parents to finish enrolling them. So we're on track to get the students that are still under inquirant application status moved into certified by the time they go on their winter break.
Awesome. That sounds good. Anything else? Oh,
So
sorry, we're gonna go.
Just a little bit of clarification. What tape? Like, what could you not? You couldn't enter it into IWDS or in Illinois WorkNet?
IWDS. So there's a portion when you're doing, you know, the applicant status and you're moving them through the process with paperwork. Some students, it just takes them longer because they're students in high school to give back pieces of paper, so the system will lock after a certain number of days, and I just need some help from Barbara to unlock the student again so I can finish certifying.
Gotcha. Okay.
Awesome. All right, let's see how you look on the dashboard and if there's anything we need to just get going.
Just progress page, case notes.
Yeah, so you'll see that, like I said, where it says an in-current status 7, those are the 7 students I'm referring to that I'm working with the state on, the ones that are enrolled. So there shouldn't be, other than like the progress not updated, those are just needing to do ISS service strategies, but I've been focusing on trying to get everybody certified and get them in the system.
Yeah. So just, I mean, okay. Those are the only areas, like, you know, once you have that information updated, you know, just go through and indicate it on the progress page in case notes. So.
Okay. The progress case notes. Okay, thank you. And Courtney with Methodist?
Yes. So we have 2 students remaining, and we just finished finals week, so we'll be able to see what their progress is once we get the grades in, and then they have spring left and then summer, and then they're done. So
I know you guys
hoping
are so happy.
Well, and we're hoping they passed their anatomy and physiology because it is a hard class. There were some challenges during the semester, so we're hoping that they pulled through. If not, we'll have to figure out what our next move is because they're not going to be able to progress to their practicum site, which is working in a doctor's office, until they've passed that class, and then the second bioanatomy and physiology class. So we're just sort of waiting to see what happens at this point. And I will be honest, I have not updated the dashboard. I've had so much going on, I have not had a chance to update it, but I will get that updated.
Okay. Awesome.
So I know that I'm probably red for quite a lot of it because I haven't done anything right now. So. So the pre-screening and like the complete and
you don't
so
have
that
anything.
part.
You don't have anything up there. All you need to do is just the progress page updates in case not.
Okay.
That's it.
Perfect. I will get that updated then. And I think that's it. One student has already been hired full-time because of her experience as a CNA. So we're very excited. Justice Bundy. She was hired at EPIC. It's a organization that helps mentally disabled individuals, and she is actually a supervisor over the people who assist these individuals while they're working. So we're happy for her. We're very happy for her.
So if there's any wage data that has changed, make sure you're updating that in the system too. Because
okay.
Really
yes,
good.
I will ask her what her. I think she had just finished like her second week, so I don't know. I will get that information from her though.
Yeah, and then send us an update Julio report because that's really good news that we want to share with our management team to let them know, hey, look, we're finding permanent employment. You know.
And what is it? The Julio report?
Yeah.
Okay. I would assume Eileen said he has that.
Exactly. She does because she's the grant manager in the system. So just tell her you need the last one that I sent over and just update it with that wage data.
Okay.
So is there a reason she moved from Unity Health, so from the hospital to the doctor?
So she's still considered a CNA.
Okay.
but she's gotten this full-time employment. She's still working PRN. She's just got this employment. We hope that she'll continue with Unity Point, but for now she is kind of doing both.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you for the update.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go with Natasha Failing.
I'm probably in some reds as well, if I might add. I have put in most of their certifications, though. That's what I have been doing.
Well, first let us know where you guys are. So how's your Grantee? Is most of your students exiting, or where are you guys at in the phase?
So the second cohort has just completed their training. So out of 12 we had in the beginning, I want to say 10 or 11 finished like to the complete end. And right now they are receiving their test results for their EPA, which is to be certified in refrigerants and all these HVAC terms. So the complicated part about that is that we don't get their results, they get them. So trying to get them to like screenshot me, you know, what their results were, I want to say out of 11 who took the exam, right now what I'm getting back is maybe 4 or 5 have passed it, but I haven't got all their results back. Maybe out of 11, I think maybe only 6 youth have like showed me what the exams were or sent me a screenshot or a copy of it. But everyone finished their NCCR, their OSHA 10 training. 11 out of the 12 have completed that. So they all went to go take the test, but it's whether or not if they passed or failed the last one. And they can retake it, I think, within a year, free. So yeah, so they have time to retake it. Right now, as of last week, they finished up on their work experience, most of them. So we had, I want to say 4 employers this time around, which was great from the last cohort experience. And so out of the 10 who went on a work experience, off record, because we were still waiting on the employers to send us back the verification forms, we want to say maybe 6 of them have been hired.
That's amazing.
And 4 of them got hired to actually doing HVAC, so they're HVAC techs, entry-level HVAC techs. One of them, we are working, he's from Argyle Gardens, and so Argyle is doing a lot of like construction all the time. And so one of our instructors has been working to get him employed in his community since it'll be more accessible for him. And then 2 others did go on a work experience with electrician. That didn't work out for the 2, so we're still working on job skills and like building their, you know, they have some extra things to work on because this type of field is so hands-on, and you got to be really self-motivated, you know, as a young person to travel, and, you know, you may have to take 2 buses to get to your, you know, your site, or because it's construction, they're working at multiple commercial buildings or houses, you know, during the day. So we're working on the 2 that kind of need an extra push with just motivation. But so far, everything is going good. Like I said, with that 6, we're waiting to get the verification forms. And these are working men. So trying to like grab the employers like, hey, I know you guys are working and I know you're working with them every day, but we kind of need that paperwork. So the WIOA case manager, which we co-enrolled our youth into WIOA so they can do actual work experience, we're working hands-on trying to get these employers to fill out those verification forms. But this cohort, the second cohort went really well. You know, YCAT was a pilot program, you know, and this was our first time doing something like this in construction in this capacity. And so this time we just learned from, you know, things that didn't work well and what did work well. And I can really say our instructors have been so hands-on even with employment. So one of our instructors was the actual employer as well, which really was great too, because he was able to see their growth. And the instructors also are mentors too. And so they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to take on that role of just like kind of helping to mentor them. if I'm having, like, hey, so-and-so is not calling, he's not, responding to me, they're able to get in contact with them, and, just kind of teach them this whole culture of construction. And all my youth did resumes. I had them all come in, I think maybe the week after their training was over, like officially over, and work on resumes and how to job hunt for, these type of jobs, what is entry level, what's the expected salary that you should be expecting. Some of them thought they should be paid $30 an hour right out the gate, so kind of like, telling them what a journeyman is, or you want to get this experience to build on this and that. Two of our youth are enrolling in school as well. One is pursuing education to become a auto technician in conjunction with his HVAC certification. And the other is recreation, but they're still wanting to work and go to school at the same time. And so it's just this cohort actually went really well. And so that's where we're at. And so as a result, trying to catch up on my case notes, catch up on like what has been going on, and putting all their certifications in there and making sure all the supportive services are in there. And so that's just my wrap up, for this month of just getting everything documented.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that update. When you were talking, it really, I thought about something for everyone. Make sure you guys are taking pictures of your kids at the work site. Make sure you have your release of information or consent or anything like that. But make sure that you're taking photos of your kids in action, or if they're in the classrooms and doing work or whatever, because you want to promote this program. Say that, there's another opportunity that you want to apply for. You want to be able to say, not only do we have it written down that, we have this great and amazing program, but look at our students in action, and look at them actually, in their hard hats and flashlights and all that other good stuff. And then, Natasha, don't forget to send us an update, because it sounds like you have some updates on the Julio report for your kids moving around. And regarding the job, so it sounds like a lot of you all are at least moving your clients and students to the jobs in their sectors, and that is the biggest thing that our management team would like to see, is that not only are you getting your experience and your credentials in HVAC or in CNA, but you're also getting those employment opportunities in the same field. So just keep doing those things. All right. Prairie State, are you on as well? See, I know Alexandra was here. Anybody else that I did not call on your agency and you have an update for us? Did anybody from the city of Peoria join? Peoria Public Schools, Cabot Group, Mantricon, or Youth Build Lake County? All right.
Prairie State is here. I had muted myself. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yeah.
I just couldn't figure out how to unmute myself. Sorry.
It's okay. Can you give us an update of kind of where the students are in your program, where you guys are?
Sure. So they completed their first semester today and are finishing up exams as we speak. And they completed about 4 different site visits throughout the semester to different businesses to try to get a hands-on idea of what IT looks like in different business sectors. And they've completed their courses, and now we are getting ready for next semester and setting up internships for them to attend.
Okay. And have they, I can't remember your program in particular as far as when the credentialing or when the testing happens. Is that this semester or next semester?
It happens next semester. So it's the one-year program. At the end of the program, then they will test for the A+ certifications and the Cisco, which is the professional certifications for the industry. And we will be providing practice exams and about 3 weeks of tutoring and practice tests before taking the exam.
Okay, awesome. All right,
I did have a question. We do have a student in particular that we're struggling to get to attend. And in the event that she is kicked out of the program, we haven't kind of gone that route yet, but I just wanted to explore, what does that look like paper trail wise if we have to remove a student for lack of participation, I guess you could say?
Yeah, so you would just exit them from the program in both of the systems. And then make sure you're dotting, you're putting every attempt. So if you've called, if you've Instagrammed, if you've Facebooked or emailed, make sure you're jotting down the attempts in your case notes.
Okay.
And then you just exit the student, and like I said, in both of those systems. And the good thing about it is that you guys are already over your numbers, so it's, not that it's not a big deal, but
correct. Yeah. I mean, I'm not quite sure if we're going to follow through with the app, but she's just unresponsive. Like, we can't get her to come to the classes, and it's sporadic. So it's just been really hard to keep her on track, just because she's not wanting to actively participate in all the requirements,
right,
which is it's just kind of part of the deal.
Can I add something?
Oh, go ahead.
This is Natasha from Failings. I actually had a situation similar to that, and what my director had me do is create a improvement action plan. And so, and what we did is I created the improvement action plan, and I can send it to you too.
That would be great.
It just had like a check off list if it was punctuality or attendance, or like what the issue was.
All of the above.
And then right,
all of the above.
And then I sat down with that particular youth, and we went over the tardies or the behavioral issues that he was having, and how could he improve in that, and this and that, and then case noted that, put that on the form, and then it was a follow up. So it was an action plan. So by this time, so and so stated that he will improve in X, Y, and Z, and if he has not improved in those, these things, then he understands that he will be dismissed from the program.
Okay.
Not dismissed.
That way, it's in writing.
That way, yeah, and that way, so once he did it again and I showed up, he already had signed off that he was aware that his tardies and different things like that. And then we also did evaluations, towards maybe 1 month before the program ended, where all our youth got an opportunity to improve. And so I attached that evaluation with that improvement form, just to kind of cover myself that he did have time, that, we did try, he understood what was going on. And then what I need to do is just, make sure that's reflected in the case notes in IWDS. But it just made me feel a little bit better, because, Jim always says, that youth can come back around and say, you never did.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is and then she comes back, and then we're like, oh, you are still interested. We haven't seen you in 3 weeks, kind of thing. But then so yeah, like I said, we've tried speaking with that individual student. We're just kind of trying to figure out how, like you said, how to approach it so that it seems fair, but also we're not allowing, because then the other students, our fear is that the other students will follow in that path of well, nothing happened to that student, so what's stopping me from doing the same thing?
That's what I was just going to say. I was going to tell you to do what Natasha's saying. So Natasha, if you could send that to Natasha and me as well, and we can actually add it to the resource page, so anybody that's having these issues could have access to it. And so that's one thing I was just going to tell you, is that I know a lot of organizations, and I have been guilty of this as a case manager too, but we focus on the students that we're trying to get to come to the program, and we use all this time and energy and resources on trying to get the ones that are not in line, that the good ones, or the ones that are participating actively, are kind of oh, well, I can kind of slack off and maybe I'll get more attention. It's like this weird thing. But so I always tell organizations, like Natasha was saying, have that plan, document your attempts, but also there is a cutoff point where you say, okay, at this point, we're spending way too much time. If the plan is not, adhered to, then we're going to go ahead and dismiss you from the program, because you have 35 or 34 other students that you got to focus on and get through the program and case note and all that. And so that way you're covering yourself, but you're also holding the student responsible. Because at the end of the day, they have to be engaged, because if you spend all this time trying to get them to come and say they just flake on the test, then, at the end of the day, it's still not a good positive outcome for you guys.
Correct. And we're getting ready to send them out to companies to do their internship. And so it's kind of trying to find a middle ground of some kind, so that we have a little more peace of mind sending them out into these businesses that we've built relationships with, that we've talked this program up to, that they're not going to be like, what happened? We went through all the motions, and then the student just didn't show up.
Yeah.
And then they're disappointed as well.
Yeah.
So thank you
for kind of chiming in on that. And guys, this is the what we want these Wednesday webinar calls to be. You know, hey, we're having this issue, and somebody that's like, hey, we did this one thing and it worked out for us. So please, anytime you have any good ideas or anything that your organization is doing, please feel free to chime in so we can kind of work through these issues together as a team.
Please, and thank you. And if anybody, we're predominantly working with high school students, so in some ways, those things need to be laid out very clearly because it is their first rodeo. They are very much still learning kind of the rules of just college in general, but just what their expectations are, and they are more than your standard high school in many ways. So if anybody's having similar issues and kind of how you've approached maybe laying down some more ground rules that have worked for you, I would also be open to suggestions.
Okay, so let's see. It looks like just the case notes need to be updated for all the students in the Illinois WorkNet system, Alexandra.
Okay. Let me put you.
And then there are some IWDS services that need to be added as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on today is the services, trying to get caught up.
Okay.
And then case note. So every student needs a case note, or just?
It's like 31.
Oh,
so, yeah, so it's mostly everyone.
Okay, and then those need to be how often?
Those are every 30 days.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right. So let us know how that goes. Just send us an email. And like I said, when Natasha sends us that, we'll go ahead and upload it to the resources page so that everybody will have access to that improvement plan. Improvement
action plan. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Very well. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
no problem.
Let's hope that does the trick. If anything, like you said, we'll feel better.
Yeah. Anybody else that's on the phone that did not get to speak about their organization, going once, twice? Okay. Did anybody join from the city of Peoria? Peoria Public Schools? The Cabot Group? Youthville, Lake County? Awesome. Okay, everybody. Does anybody else have anything to say? It looks like we get 20 minutes back to our day, which I know we are excited about. All right, Natasha, do you have any last minute comments or anything?
No.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, everyone, for your time again, and have a great day. Email us if you have any questions or any follow-up.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, everybody have a great
Bye.
one.